Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just put my sunscreen on with zinc in it all over my face because my face is really sensitive, so that's why my face is completely white right now. We're super cozy in a sweatshirt today because it's pretty chilly right now. I brought another outfit to wear and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay comfy and cozy because I'm cold. But I brought you guys closer today because we have a bunch of brand new makeup to try that I'm super excited about. So I'm gonna get through a bunch of the makeup and then I have some other kind of random products to talk about that were sent to me that I just wanna show you guys that I'm gonna be testing and that are new to the market. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first product I'm gonna start with is this one by Revolution. This is called the Beam Light Strobe Cream. It comes in two shades. I got the shade Peach, and this is supposed to be a radiant lightweight moisturizer. So you're supposed to use it before makeup application as a primer, or you can mix it into the products for an illuminated lit from within look. I feel like with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter being as viral as it is, this type of product has the potential to be really popular, kind of an alternative to that. But what it reminds me most of is MAC Strobe Cream. I feel like before there was Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, there was MAC Strobe Cream, and that's definitely kind of the vibes this is giving me. It smells like coconut, and it does feel very much like a primer. And it's sitting on top of my zinc, which is why it looks so white, but it wouldn't be all on its own. It's definitely giving my skin major glowiness. Do you guys see that? And it's setting down to where it feels like it's gonna give my makeup something really nice to work on top of. I wish it didn't have such a strong fragrance, but other than that, this feels really, really promising. All right, let's see how foundation applies on top of it. I'm gonna use my L'Oreal True Match foundation. This is just a tried and true. I feel like it's a perfect natural foundation. It's not too glowy, it's not too matte. So I feel like it's a good testing foundation. I'm gonna go in with my Eco Tools foundation brush and just stipple this in right on top. Yes, I can definitely see that primer coming through. And in case you guys noticed, I am breaking out right now. Mainly home all the time. My husband works from home, I work from home. So when I had to travel this week to go to my grandfather's funeral, wearing a mask is not something that I have been doing for long periods of time. So doing it during my travels definitely made my skin flare up. I also made the mistake of only bringing one mask, so I had to wear the same mask home that I wore there. So there was makeup on it, I'm sure there was oil on it, and my skin just freaked out because I have very sensitive acne prone skin. I'm just gonna do a really light layer because I want that strobe cream to shine through. I feel like it definitely is. All right, I don't have a new concealer, so I'm just gonna use my NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer that I love to just get these under eyes under control. Let's try and just use this same brush because I'm lazy, but I don't know that this is the best concealer brush. Kind of doing the trick. All right, next up is a setting powder, and this is the new Physicians Formula Butter Believe It face powder. This is in translucent, which is interesting because it looks like it has some pigment to it, but we'll see if it adds any coverage. This has their kind of classic bulky packaging and their signature scent. So let's go ahead and apply this. I'm just gonna kind of mix it all around and see how this sets my makeup. That actually looks pretty flawless on this side. Compared to this side, I feel like it just set it really nicely. It just doesn't appear to have any pigment. It's just setting everything nice and evenly without looking really cakey. So I'll play around with this some more, but my skin's feeling really smooth. It's feeling set, but it's not feeling heavy or powdery or cakey. So I feel like it's a nice thin powder. It does have that Physicians Formula fragrance, so whether or not that's a good or bad thing is dependent on your tolerance for smells in your makeup. So just to kind of stick with the Physicians Formula theme, I'm gonna go in with my Matte Monoi bronzer. I feel like my favorite is still their classic butter bronzer, but mine is so, like, it's embarrassing. I need to just buy another one. It is so beat up. It's time to replace it. And I'm just topping it off with a little bit of this Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzing essence, which is a new favorite of mine. I don't know why I've slept on this for so long, but I brought this with me and I am really, really loving this. All right, next up we've got two new blushes from Physicians Formula. We have the Butter Blush. This is in the shade Mauve Mattes. And then we have the Butter Believe It blush, which is in Pink Sands. What I like about this blush is that there's so many different colors. I feel like you could have several different blush shades in one with just this pan, because if you just kind of keep your brush right here, you've got this plummy purple. If you put your brush right here, you've got more of this like orangey pink. And then up here is more of like a sandy, bronzy pink. So like your options are limitless, or you can just do a big blend of all of them and get like a nice mixture of all the shades. It feels like butter, which I would expect given the quality of the butter bronzer. They clearly know how to make a buttery powder. And then same with this one, you've got different options depending on where you put your brush in this palette. This one has more of an iridescence to it, so a little bit more of a blush slash highlight, very subtle highlight with this palette. This one feels just as beautiful. It's a really light shade. So I think I might start, this is this shade right here. And then these are all the other shades I just kind of put on my fingers. So I think I might start with this and see if it shows up on my cheeks. And then I can go in with the other one if it doesn't and we need a little bit more color. I'm just gonna swirl all the colors together and apply. So I feel like on top of this bronzer, it's not showing up too heavily. It's a very, very natural look. Really pretty color. I feel like this might be an amazing, amazing blush for fairer skin tones. If you have a really fair skin tone and blushes tend to look way too intense on you, I feel like you're really gonna love this because I can see how soft it is. The powder feels like extremely high quality, but on my skin tone, at least layered on top of the bronzers that I have on, I don't feel like it's giving me the blushy look that I'm going for. I am gonna be dipping into this other blush. I don't think I'm gonna go for like a plummy look. For me, that's like very holidays. So I'm gonna stick my brush kind of in this area and mix these three together and see what kind of look that gives me. There is a little bit of fallout here in the pan, so I'm gonna tap off the excess and apply. Oh yeah, see that's much more pigmented on my skin tone. Both feel like really great blushes. Just think if your skin tone is mine or deeper, the other blush is going to be a little too light for you. If you have more of a tanned skin tone or a deeper skin tone, I feel like this is the one to go with. All right, next up, there's a new Butter Palm Feathered Brow Pencil. I have been playing around with this, so I have opinions on it. I can show you guys in action what it looks like. It's very pigmented. You have to be kind of careful when you're using it, but I'd rather that than those brow pens that just dry out immediately when you're using them. That's what I like about this. What I don't necessarily love is that I feel like this is a good color for me, but I have very dark hair. So the fact that this is called Universal Brown, let me show you guys what this color looks like just swatched. That's what this color looks like. I do not think it's a universal brown, but as far as the pigmentation goes, the staying power, the shade match for me, I think it's really nice. All right, next up we've got some eyeshadow to play around with. I have both the new Physicians Formula palette, which I have played around with, and new Flower Beauty Chrome Crush Pressed Pigment, which I'm really excited about. I'm first gonna go in with this palette, which I've already used and I already really, really like. I feel like this is the first Physicians Formula eyeshadow palette that I'm really impressed by. The only con that I'll say with this palette is the price point. I feel like this might be around $10, which, you know, in the scheme of makeup is still a good price, but in the scheme of drugstore makeup, when you have things like the e.l.f. Bite Size palette and other options at a really affordable price point, that can start feeling really steep. Granted, you get a lot of colors with this palette, and they do perform really well, as you can see. The packaging on this just leaves a lot to be desired. You know, I feel like Physicians Formula could go through this like big rebrand where they just make everything in sleek packaging. It doesn't have to be expensive, but just sleek, and things would feel so much more luxurious. But the fact that their products feel amazing in like cheapy plastic packaging just speaks to the formula, because it's definitely not set up for success. This has like a plasticky window that opens, and this is like a paper feeling or like cardboard feeling box. So I like that it has this transition color. It has all of these shimmer shades, and then this is a deeper matte color. So you've got everything you need for an eyeshadow look. This is a beautiful inner corner highlight. I think I'm gonna go in with this Flower Beauty pressed pigment first. This is in the shade Topaz, and then finish off the look with the eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna use my finger. I saw in all of their kind of promo for this, the finger was being used, so I'm gonna copy that. It's a really pretty color. It feels so thin. It doesn't feel like a powder even, and just really easy to just do your whole eyeshadow look with just your finger. This is so blendable. It's hard to explain. It's just this really soft, thin feeling pigment that packs a really big punch. So I did all that with my fingers, and then I could just take a clean finger and kind of blend out those edges. And you don't even need a brush. You could just do your whole look with your finger. It's sort of like this cross between a cream eyeshadow and a powder. That's how to explain it. It's like a cross between a cream and a powder eyeshadow. I'm gonna see how it applies with the brush because I wanna put some under my eyes as well. Really, really nice. All right, I wanted that to kind of be the focus because I have already played around with the other one. I already know that I like it. But let's go back and just put maybe a pop of shimmer in the middle of my lid with this really pretty gold color. Oh, see how pretty that is? It's like you don't want to like them because the packaging is so not cute, but then you just can't help it. And then I'm going to take this really, really bright color right here on my pinky and put that in my inner corner. All right, I have two more eyeshadows, and because I've run out of lid space, I'm just gonna swatch these for you guys. This is not really my personal style or vibe. I'm not super into Duochrome, so these didn't immediately speak to me. These are the new Physicians Formula Diamond Metallic eyeshadows. So first up, we have Bronze Brilliance. So let's just put this right here so you guys can see. I mean, it's going on so beautifully. Guys see that? Definitely really well made eyeshadows, but I feel like it's a certain type of style that this really speaks to. So this is like a bronze with almost a purple shift to it, which would be really a fun eye look. It's just not something that I would personally reach for. And then the next one is Beam of Blue. I'm gonna put that right below it so you guys can see. I accidentally went up a little too high. But do you guys see that? Got this like royal blue, really vibrant shift to it. I mean, these feel really luxurious. What I like is that if you wanted to, this felt a little intense for you, you can use your finger and just kind of blend it in and sheer it out a pretty good bit. So it's not that super intense look. Definitely different for Physicians Formula. So I like that they're stepping out of their comfort zone. Liquid eyeshadows are definitely hard to formulate, and these feel really nice. Though, like I said, the colors don't really speak my language. All right, next up we have a new mascara from Physicians Formula. All right, so this is the Diamond Mascara Mineral Wear Mascara. The wand and the formula on this look really promising. Got like a thicker formula and then a curved wand to it. It's got the plasticky bristles, and it looks like a lot of product is on the wand. So I'm gonna wipe off just a little bit so this doesn't get too messy, and go ahead and apply. Yeah, so that immediately coated my lashes. You can see how much product was on the wand, and it's doing a pretty good job of keeping them separated despite the amount of product that is applied. I think because of all of those little bristles. Okay, Physicians Formula. I usually don't get any sort of like volume or length this quickly with Physicians Formula mascaras. They're definitely stepping it up in the eye department right now. All right, second coat, a little bit clump prone, just a little bit. You guys can see, because it does have so much product on the wand, I'll wipe some off. I feel like I need a clean spoolie to clean this up, but I'm really impressed. This actually reminds me of the Sky High mascara by Maybelline. The way that it builds length All right, next up we have so many lip products. A couple I'm just gonna swatch because I've already tried them. I already know that I like them. And then a few I'm gonna try out because they're new to me. So this first is the new Flower Beauty Perfect Pout Sculpting Lip Liner. This reminds me of the e.l.f. lip liners that recently came out with that like triangular shape, but this is a lot thinner than the e.l.f. ones. I felt like those lip liners were a little bit hard to work with, so we'll see if this is any easier. I got this in the shade Natural Rose. And I have some of that Milani lip oil, so I'm gonna just go ahead and remove that before I apply. All right, maybe this is user error. This is not easy to apply. I feel like it's almost too thin. I love the color though. All right, again, possible user error, but that's kind of a fail for me. The first couple I'm gonna try, I'm gonna have to remove to try the last one that I want to leave on for the day, but the first one I want to try is this new ColourPop Glowing Lip. I got this in the shade Indulge Me. A lot of people are saying these are a dupe for the Makeup by Mario Hydra lipsticks. So we'll see how they feel. Ooh, this feels really nice. Really like thick and glossy. These kind of remind me of the Revlon Glass Shine lipsticks. They almost look like a lip gloss, but they're a lipstick. Really, really pigmented. Really pigmented. Just with one swipe, it totally saturated my lips and it feels really, really comfortable. Definitely into this. All right, next up are a new range of red lipsticks that L'Oreal launched in their beautiful L'Oreal/YSL looking packaging. They came out with a beautiful range of reds, but the ones that really spoke to me were 187 and 186. You have a Lovely Red and Successful Red. I'm running out of room over here, but I want to show you guys these colors. And depending on what type of red you prefer, I think one will speak to you over the other. So I really like a warm red, especially in the summer with really tanned skin. So if you like that, 186 Lovely Red is going to be the one that you like. It's this beautiful, just like vibrant, warm red. How beautiful is that? And the packaging and everything reminds me a lot of the L'Oreal News collection, which you guys know I am obsessed with. These feel and look super luxurious. And then you have 187 Successful Red. If you like to make your teeth look really white with your red lipstick and you like more of a blue undertone, you're really gonna like this one. And I'll swatch it right next to it so you guys can kind of see the difference. So this one has more of a blue undertone, which is really gonna counteract any yellow in your teeth. So this is gonna be really good for a cool toned red. So depending on what you like, these are both beautiful options, long lasting, not like a matte lipstick, but not a shiny lipstick either. It's like a perfect in between. So highly recommend that range and specifically those colors. All right, and then last but not least, for the makeup today, I have the new Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink lipsticks. I got this in the shade Peachy, which is number 15. So I'm gonna take this off and go ahead and apply this. Left the lip liner on a little bit so this has a base, but this is supposed to be a 16-hour wear lipstick, so I will leave you guys a comment or put it in the description box on whether or not this did last. It has a really strong fragrance, so just an FYI there, but let's look at this color. I feel like I have a type when it comes to colors. I feel like by accident, the ColourPop lipstick, the lip liner, and this lipstick, which I bought all separately, all go together. All right, this went on really thin in consistency. So we'll see as I kind of show you guys a few other products really quickly, how it dries down. All right, a few other kind of miscellaneous products that I wanted to show you guys that are new. A couple I have briefly tried and then one I have not. So the first is this new Undone Beauty One-Step Makeup Remover Mist. So instead of a micellar water that you used with a cotton pad or a cleansing oil, cleansing balm, this claims that you can just, this is drying down. It's sticky right now, so we'll see if we get that past the sticky point. This claims that you can just spray this all over your face and rinse and all your makeup will come off. So I used it for the first time last night, which I hardly used any. It didn't come totally full, which kind of was like a tick right from the beginning. My very first impression was not super positive. So I felt like I had to use a lot, first of all. And second of all, it kind of got in my hair. Because it's a spray, it's gonna get somewhere other than your face, which is why I like a cleansing oil or cleansing balm, because you're not using any cotton or anything like that, but you can still be very specific on where the product gets. That was the first kind of negative. And then the other was that it burned my eyes. So I'm gonna have to try again with a different mascara, see if I have the same experience. This wasn't sensitive to my sensitive eyes. All right, next up, I've only used this once, but it felt so good that I had to talk about it. It's the new Bondi Sands Daydream Hydrating Whipped Moisturizer. And this moisturizer really blew me away. Again, I've only used this a couple of times. I was so impressed by it that I had to talk about it. This comes out just like white. I feel like this is a good AM moisturizer. And then as you blend it in, it feels like this beautiful moisturizer, but it also kind of blurs your skin. I feel like this would be a really good primer. Like it's a primer slash a moisturizer in one, and my skin feels so incredibly soft. It reminded me more of like the NYX Angel Veil. It feels like a primer, which is why I wanted to talk about it, because I feel like this is a really great under makeup option. So I'll keep you guys posted on this, but I feel like this is a really exciting new launch. All right, next up is a product I have not yet tried. This is new from L'Oreal. This is the Dream Length Curls collection. This also comes with a shampoo, conditioner, and this Dream Length Curls Refresh and Reshape. So I've never seen this before. I'm sure it's a thing. I'm not super, up on the hair care realm. I stick mostly to makeup, but this intrigued me because it's a micellar water shampoo. You guys can see it's like a water. There's nothing gel-like about it, which is what you expect with shampoo. And this is meant for curly to coily hair. So this has hyaluronic acid and castor oil, and this is supposed to remove buildup in your hair, which I try to only wash my hair a couple times a week. So when I do need some buildup remover. I use the Kristen S clarifying shampoo for that, but I thought I would try this one as well. So you're supposed to apply it to wet hair using the pointed tip to target the scalp, and then gently massage the scalp and hair while working the lather through the mid lengths and ends. So then you follow with the conditioner and leave-in cream. I'll give this a try and kind of just see. It seems like a really cool concept. I definitely liked the fact that it's supposed to clarify and remove buildup. And then it also launched with this one. This is the Dream Lengths Curls. So it's called Refresh and Reshape Leave-In Spray. This also has hyaluronic acid and castor oil in it, and it's for all curl types, from wavy to super curly hair. It's supposed to instantly bring your curls back. So maybe you let your hair dry naturally one day and then you sleep on it, and the next day it's not looking as fresh as it did. You're supposed to be able to just spray this in and have it kind of look like that day one hair again. It says to spray anytime all over your hair to wet hair and use your fingers to reshape your curls. Because that's kind of what I do with my daughter's hair. I'll wet it with sort of like a detangler spray or something because she has curly hair. It really does revive all the curls. So I like that this is an alternative to adding extra crunch to your hair. That is everything. Those are all the new products I wanted to share with you guys. I feel like this Maybelline lipstick is still drying down a little bit. It has a tiny bit of stick left, but definitely feels like that's gonna go away. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I hope you had a great weekend and have a great week this week. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your support, and I will see you guys in my next video.